Hiya, welcome to the Stone and Wood Post Show, breaking down another big event here in Margaret River, the second stop of the Championship Tour. Lakey Peterson getting her second win here in the West, her 7th Championship Tour win as she goes raging up the rankings here on the Championship Tour, and a breakthrough moment, an emotional moment for George Pittar, claiming his first Championship Tour victory. His name will be etched into the stairs here at Surfers Point as we get set for the presentation. We're going to dive into some highlights, some big stories to get into, but none bigger than a breakthrough victory at any CT event. It is always a really special moment, and for a surfer from Manly, Rich, the claw is the law, I'm told. What is that? The secret handshake.
Secret handshake.
Down there at North State.
Yeah, it is. And there'll be claws all around, claws the law. And yeah, funnily enough, we have our board riders event on today, and my thread is just absolutely lighting up. So yeah, big moment for Manly. We're
going to talk more about George Pittar and his magic run through World Champs on his way to victory. But Flick, Lakey Peterson, you know, we've got this new breed, this new generation of absolute phenoms on this Championship Tour. But Lakey, as one of the veterans, is proving you can't count them out. That was a stunning performance and her second victory here.
Yeah, it was an epic victory. I think, you know, at the start of the season, there was so much chatter around this new younger generation, and, you know, with that famous, like, you know, that tagline soundbite from Betty Lou, like, I think we're going to smoke them. And I think it's cool, like, to see that fire from this younger generation. But, you know, Lakey, she's my generation, and I really do love to see, you know, the queens of the sport, you know, get one back. So, you know, we've got Gabriella Bryan with the win at Bells, and now we've got Lakey with a win here at Main Break. So, yeah, it's cool. It's just really goes to show how deep the talent is on the women's tour, and that, you know, the rankings is wide open, and a win apiece, you know, from, you know, the younger generation to the older generation, and looking forward to seeing what happens on the Gold Coast.
Oh, we're in for a special treat, but we have to reflect on the magic run of George Pittar in this contest. It was as tough a draw as you could basically script, and he got the job done. He beat 7 world titles to get this victory. Unbelievable. And we're only looking at the finals bracket here, but before getting to this point in the comp, he overcame Felipe Toledo in the first round that he surfed, and then Leo Fioravanti to get his spot in the quarters.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then coming up against Iago, the world champ in the quarters, and then Italo Ferreira this morning, and then probably the biggest task of all, coming up against Gabriel Medina in the final. But this is yesterday, quarter-final action, and you can just, yeah, I mean, it's unquestionable how well he's surfing at the moment, and how far the surfing has improved since last year. And he's really starting to feel it now. He's put in the hard work, and he's just, yeah, mate, he's on a roll.
Oh, even the end to that heat, came down to the last 5 seconds, right? I mean, talk about nerves of steel. I think he's kind of had every sort of scenario play out, and let alone, you know, he's had the hardest draw on the road to the victory here, you know. You go Iago, and then that clutch moment at the end, and then to Italo, you know, the fastest guy on tour, who's just so twitchy and kind of makes you second guess every thought. But, you know, while you have priority, he's always operating and always giving you something to think about. So George really adapted in every single heat to the opponent and rose to the occasion.
Yeah, he did, and he got great work done under priority against, you know, we heard Taj Barrow saying that he felt Gabriel Medina was, you know, the most deadly person that he'd ever seen without priority, and George did a Gabriel Medina too, the 3-time world champ.
Yeah, he stayed really busy and just utilised his strengths on the waves that he caught too. In the final, there was that little moment where Medina paddled for that wave and handed priority back to George, and sure enough, you know, that magic wave came through, but he had to convert on it. He still had to surf it. He still had to extract all the points out of it, which he did. And then realising the moment where it all just happened, and celebrations all round.
Yeah, he is part of a pack. Gabriel Medina, we've got to talk about this guy's form. Incredible. Goes into the yellow jersey, now heading into stop 3. Typically, you know, he's had some decent starts on the Australian League, but starting with the momentum and consistency that he's had is, you know, danger signs for the rest of the field. But, you know, today it's George's moment, and he rode the chariot to the top of the stairs and was carried on the shoulders of a group of surfers who he's battled away with on the Challenger Series. And he was deeply wounded being cut last year. Took him a while to recover, Rick.
He sure did. Even for the months after he got knocked off tour, he wasn't the same George. He was down. He had to do a lot of work to really, recalibrate the mind. He did a lot of work on his physical, fitness. He did a lot of work on his surfing, and it's all paid off. Mate, hats off to him. Incredible performance.
Yeah, and I heard him saying to Vaughan, he wasn't fearing losing like he had in the past. He's willing just to lay down his harder surfing. It's helped him fetch big scores already this season and helped him get his first CT win. On the women's side, Lakey Peterson breaking through for a 7th championship tour win. There is no easy road to victory at this level, and Lakey stepped up in a big way, used her experience to overcome some really tough opponents.
Oh, totally. I think for me, Lakey throughout this event, it was just every heat. I mean, look at the quarter. She was matched up against Caroline Marks, and then you can see Sawyer Lindblad in the semi and obviously Luana in the final. I just think it was just a veteran approach and it really lent itself to experience, because obviously she's had a win out here before in 2019, but we saw a lot of different moods and faces of Margaret River over the last couple of weeks, right? And I feel like it's lent itself to experience. I mean, she's seen a lot of, how many events has she put in here, to be getting up into the double digits. So, I mean, just to have that experience and listening to her talk in her post-heat interviews and sort of identify, what was the winning formula in each heat. I think it just speaks to, just the maturity in her surfing and how well she's obviously working with Leandro at the moment too.
Totally. Really consistent through that bracket. And when you looked at the quarterfinals, they were stacked. Carissa Moore, Gabriella Bryan, Molly Picklum, Katie Simmers, all the kind of high-pegged surfers to make the final and win the event were there, but Lakey just stuck to her guns. She got to work. The heats weren't necessarily incredibly high scoring, but she always came out on top and she worked her way to win all the way through. She even said it, I think, prior to the semis, I feel like I haven't put my best surfing down yet, and it's still to come. But in the final, she made some really calculated decisions and just some really good foundational surfing, sticking to the rail game and doing what she did best.
There was some real size in the early stages of the window too. This is an event where Lakey found another gear in heavier water. And you have to have that if you're going to get a win here. She showed that in the earlier rounds. Real commitment to those final sections and a march up the ladder. Looking forward to seeing how high she goes on the leaderboard. But a huge day for Leandro Dora as well, who had Lakey and Luana in that final. And he was reassuring Luana that she has the talent. She's building towards a CT victory. A few finals now without the W.
Yeah, it's going to sting for sure. But, I mean, Lakey had some nice words to say to her. Your win is just around the corner. You've made a few finals now. It's only a matter of time. But, yeah, to me, it was just Lakey just had such a good read on the wave selection. Like you brought it up, Rich, maybe not exactly the gear she wanted to click into, but she did the best with the opportunity that she had in the heats, and sometimes that's all you can do. And, it was the same opportunity for both Luana and herself, and really it came down to the last wave in the last few seconds of the heat and her, getting that last score, and that was the decider. So she fought right up until the end, and it was a good final though, because that final did swing back and forth. Yeah, Lakey had the lead, and then it was Luana, and then it was Lakey. So, just the never say die attitude, and I think that win lended itself to experience for sure.
Most definitely. Great start to the year for Luana Silva. The crowds have been so committed throughout the event window once again. In those grey, stormy conditions, they were down here watching the world's best, and they've turned out in force on a beautiful Sunday to watch finals day go down. It's now time to hand out some trophies with Joe Tappel.
Thank you, Ronnie. Hi, everybody. How's it going out there? Great to have you all down here being a part of surfing history. How good is pro surfing? Put your hands together. Thank you so much for coming here day in and day out. And how about a weather change? West is best. We're feeling it. Putting on a show here on finals day. You guys are such a big part of it. So thanks for bringing the great energy and showing so much love to all the pro surfers, the very best in the entire world. As we continue with this, I'd like to say Kaya, meaning hello. The WSL acknowledges the Wadandi people as the traditional owners of the Margaret River region and thanks them for welcoming us to their Buja, their country, each and every year. We pay our respects to the Wadandi community and their elders past and present. And the WSL is committed to the ongoing learning about local history, culture, and language of the Wadandi Buja, the Saltwater's people country. They've asked us to walk together softly on country and respect the ocean and the waterways that are we on today. We also like to extend this acknowledgement and respect to other First Nations people who join us in person and on our broadcast around the world. Thank you so much. Welcome to the official awards presentation of the Western Australia Margaret River Pro. It's the second stop of the season for the World Surf League Championship Tour, celebrating 50 years of professional surfing. Imagining what's next, we're seeing it happen in front of us, already 2 stops down of the GWM Aussie Treble as well. It's already been thrilling. The performances out here in the West are really important to deciding an undisputed world title at the end of the year. To be challenged by this rugged, raw ocean, the fierce winds, sometimes severely onshore and sometimes perfect and pretty like it was today. Really tests the best surfers to show what they've got in the powerful waves of main break, and we're so thrilled to be here in each and every year. Thanks to the local surfers that give us this lineup, man. It's a treat to be here on this region every single year on the CT. Second stop completed of the GWM Aussie Treble. So once again, the keys to the GWM Tank 300 will be given out on the Gold Coast of Australia. Want to thank our partners, especially Tourism Western Australia, our title partner of this event. They've been backing this event since the mid-'80s, and they roll out the red carpet for us and really help us enjoy this place, learning about this place as well. We can't thank you enough. We want to thank Red Bull, our event partners here, Yeti, Surfline, IC, True Surf, Bonsoy, GWM, Stone and Wood, Eero, Hydrolite, BioGlan, Boost Mobile, Bond University, Fat Boy Bikes, Surfboard Empire, Florence Marine X, Shire of Augusta Margaret River, Spud Shed, and Relationships Australia. Thank you so much once again to Surfing Western Australia as well. You guys host such a beautiful event every year. You guys are incredible, and the fans, once again, we love you guys. Some great people up on here stage with me here, right in the middle. This guy, he's seen a lot of heats. A lot of pro surfing. Let's give it up for Renato Hickel, WSL Vice President of Tours and Competition. Great job on the call once again, Renato. On his left, we've got Scotty Hargraves. He is the Senior Vice President of WSL APAC. Thanks for all the hard work you do, Scotty. Love your work. And also, we've got Zach Wallich-Webb, a cultural custodian on behalf of the Undalup Association. Zach welcomes us with such a warm heart every year to the Wadandi country, leads us in the cultural engagement at Margaret River each year. Please welcome Zach to say a few words.
Thanks, Joey, and Kaya, everyone. Come on, we can do better than that. Kaya! Kaya! That's it. Kaya and Yan Zach. So hello, my name is Zach. I'll just ask Scotty and Ronaldo to make their way up too. We've just got a few gifts here. So the gifts that we have here are for the women, which what we call a wangi burna. These are tapping sticks, and they're made from Willamara wood, which comes from the northwest of Western Australia. We also have some kaili, so some boomerangs here. These are made by my Nyuni Sam, and these are made by local jarrah or jarrah tree, and these are boomerangs, also known as kaili in language. And over here we have some more kaili or some more boomerangs, and these ones are from Uncle Wayne Stevens, and he's a Gorama Injabari man from the northwest of Western Australia as well. So we would like to gift these to yourselves to carry on over to Aotearoa and to whānau over on the island of the long white cloud. So we also have some feathers here, which are kayak feathers. So these are what's used for ceremony. So we ask that these could be gifted across the oceans, bringing us all together as one people across the world. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Zach. We're always learning from him. That one ripple effect that connects us all to all of our nations, connected by surf, connected by the ocean, and that giving spirit. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. We've got these traditional wine barrels that we get to pass out to our champions, made by Gary Bennett from Jirac, to create these beautiful trophies. It's iconic for this region, of course, being in Margaret River. So thanks so much for setting that stage for us really well. I think it's time to pass them out, though. Let's get behind our champions here in the final. This young surfer representing Brazil, raised on the island of Oahu, has come so close to winning her first major, showing up again in the big way, and maybe that heat was the closest she's been so far. Always getting better. Let's hear it for your runner-up of the Western Australia Margaret River Pro, Luana Silva. You want to put that up above your head real quick? Congrats, Lulu. I saw your big, happy smile, which you always have, but back at Bell's when you got a fifth, remember when you first got on tour, fifth kind of felt good, you know? And then I could tell you were like, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. There's this good energy about it going, yeah, fifth's cool, but I want more. You certainly got more. Making the final here at Margaret River, it's got to feel amazing. All that hard work is paying off.
Yeah, it's been an incredible start to the year. I couldn't thank Leandro and Penguin that I have by my side this year. I wanted to go one more so bad, but, you know, if it wasn't me, it had to be Lakey. She shares Leandro with me. We work together. She's my sparring partner. And it's a full circle moment. I used to watch Lakey's movie 0 to 100 on Netflix and Nike leave a message. Her and Carissa's parts were my favorite in the movie. Yeah, so I'm really happy for her. I'm really stoked with my performance, and I'm really excited for this next year. Yeah.
Congratulations, Lulu. Enjoy the moment.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Obrigada a todos os brasileiros também que vieram, torceu. Obrigada.
Yeah, Lulu, runner-up, a fifth and a second. Her best start to date on the CT. And Leandro Dora, parabéns. Bom trabalho, irmão. Monstro. Really good job. What a great coach. She had the whole women's final there today. Now this guy, we've just missed him severely last year. Coming back with a force, man. The original Brazilian world champion, runner-up in the Western Australia Margaret River Pro. Put your hands together for three-time world champ Gabriel Medina. Gabriel's won this one before. His 17th victory was right here in the West, an event that you always are humble about, saying it's challenged you. But I don't know, you might have to change that around, because here we are again on the podium. You've got a great connection with this place, whether it's blazing onshore or really groomed today. How did you work on it, and now making multiple podiums out here? What's the difference been?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to thank God for the opportunity. It's been amazing. And I've been enjoying my ride, you know. Last year was a tough one to stay away from surf competition. And I'm finally back. I feel good to put a jersey and go out there and do my best. And yeah, here it's been so good. I've been going to the wineries, been surfing around. Just enjoy, you know, having a good time. I just want to thank my team as well, which makes more fun, you know, to have people around you. My girlfriend, Adriano, Lucas, and yeah, just trying to be happy, you know, like, and keep the vibe up and surfing around. And I feel like I'm in the rhythm with competition, you know. I was a little scared before Bells because I didn't know what I was gonna do, you know, and I was so worried. But now I feel good, and yeah, I just want to thank you guys for coming down to support us. It's been amazing. It's so special to have you guys here, because we travel all around the world. We are away from our families, and you guys keep it real, you know. So thank you guys.
Well done, Gabe. Your jersey color is going to change. Back in yellow. #1 in the world.
it's been a long time, but I miss it. I'm happy with the yellow jersey. It was with one of my best friends, Miguel, just before, so I'll take it. Thanks, Mig. And yeah, I mean, it's just a jersey, you know. I feel like I have to work more, and yeah, the year is just beginning, so let's do it.
Enjoy the moment, my friend. Gabriel Medina, runner-up at Margaret River, and now #1 in the world, heading back to the Gold Coast. One moment, please.
Obrigado a todos também, os brasileiros. Valeu pela torcida. Valeu mesmo. Obrigado, gente. Sem vocês ia ser diferente. Valeu mesmo. Obrigado.
There we go. Valeu. Now this warrior has been on tour for a long time. Yeah, she was in those classic old movies back in the day and just turned into a force of progression, then overall performance, and now a 2-time champion of this event. Put your hands together for your Western Australia Margaret River Pro champion, Lakey Peterson. Congratulations.
Look at that.
Hold that trophy up. For the second time winning this event. Lakey, I love how open you've been with your journey of coming to the West with fear. I think it was the 2015 season. It was like 100 foot. For sure, everyone got smoked. Remember that? It was frightening for fans to watch alone, but you looked at it head on. Amazing taking that set on the head. Would you ever imagine you'd be a 2-time champion in the future here at Margaret River?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've come a long way with this place, and I've grown to love it so much. And I don't know, I think I said it when I was out in the water, but if you would have told my 10-year-old self I would win here twice, I would not have believed you. So to all those kids out there, keep believing and pushing forward. But yeah, I've definitely just built an amazing connection with this place. And I remember 2015, I rode a 6.8. That was the biggest board I've ever rode in a contest, and I broke it. And Mike Parsons was so stoked, actually, because it was big and it was pumped. But yeah, it just feels incredible.
Also, coming in with all this experience, having the narratives of the younger guard coming in like Lulu, and all your good rivals that are world champs, from Steph to Riss to Tyler to Sal, and then for you to have such a blazing start to this season, you know, what do you attribute that to have this kind of success at this point of your career?
Just hard work, honestly, and self-belief. I think I've struggled a bit with self-belief in the past, and it's hard. You lose a lot more than you win, and I don't know. I guess I just have a great team around me. Shout out Leandro Dora. Thank you for everything. Also to my husband. He's my rock and my why, and I could not do this without you, so I just feel like the people around me are so great. And also, too, I want to acknowledge Lulu. I love you, Lulu. Give it up for Lulu, you guys. Surfing amazing. This is her 3rd final in like a year, so I really can't wait for the next one that you're in, and I'm going to carry you up the beach. So, but yeah, I guess just to feel like I'm still amongst it with the new girls on tour, and then obviously I've been here for a long time, but yeah, it just feels good. I know I can still compete with everyone, and on my day, you know, I can still win and be doing it. So it feels just incredible and humbling, and I'm just, yeah, so lucky to really be here and get to do this still.
You absolutely deserve the moment. Congrats, Lakey. Enjoy every second.
Thank you. Thank you. Congrats, George. Congrats, Gabe. Great surfing. Thank you, guys. You're the best.
Lakey Peterson, your champion for the 2nd time here at the Margaret River Pro, and her first win since Jeffreys Bay in 2023. Well, we got one man standing. This guy represents Australia from Manly Beach. Fell off the tour here last year in Margaret River, but he's a completely different human. His first championship tour win of his career. Let's hear it for your champion of the Western Australia Margaret River Pro, George Pittar. Congratulations, congratulations. His first podium. Lifted up. You were looking for a spout on that thing, weren't you? George, just the road you've been through, before just even today, from like a year ago today, the ups and downs, the heartbreak, all the hard work and the belief in yourself to now be forever remembered for what you did here in Western Australia. Have you been able to put it into words now and kind of soak it all in this short period of time?
Not really. Yeah, it's pretty, I don't really have too many words for it, to be honest. I was saying out in the water to Kaipa, I was like, just before that final, I went and sat just where I sat last year when I fell off tour. And I was like, wow, it's kind of crazy how different the feelings are right now. And then to go out in the final against Medina, who's someone who I've looked up to since I was a kid and such a crazy competitor, and I don't know, he's just a giant in my book. So yeah, to have him in the final and then to get a couple and win it, I don't know. I don't have too many words, but just doing it in front of everyone here, I feel like everyone in WA has been so great to me ever since I started coming here, and such a special place. And yeah, just seeing everyone, they come down at in dark every morning. I'm down here and there's 20 people before me, and I'm like, it's not even starting for another 2 hours. But I don't know, the commitment of all you guys, it really just makes it so special for us, rocking up every morning and seeing everyone, and then to go out and even on the jet ski rides when you're getting around, and I always look in and see the crowd on the hill, and it just means so much. And to take the win in a place that's so special to me is a really great feeling.
Unreal, George. Put your hands together for that. What a statement. I mean, the road to the final was the biggest mountain you could have. The recent history of domination from the Brazilian Storm was just right ahead of you. From Felipe Toledo to Italo to Iago to Gabriel, and you kept having to bring more. And there seemed like you were actually almost hyper this morning. Preparing for Italo, your energy was electric. You knew what you were up against, and you absolutely brought it. What did you do differently to prepare for your first win this morning?
Geez, I don't really know. I felt like I've been trying to keep it pretty similar every day, to be honest. I feel like in a contest you kind of start to get into a little bit of a routine when you get going. And yeah, I don't know, those guys, if I put my surfing against theirs, it's pretty hard to think that I'm going to beat them. But I don't know, I just try to back myself and try to put myself on the right waves, and just believe that if I get the opportunity, I can convert to. And I guess at the end of the day, it's competing, and there's decisions that go your way and there's decisions that don't. And a lot of times this comp, I was super blessed. I had 3 heats in a row where there was a minute to go, and I got a score in the last minute, and obviously I was stoked to convert on that. But to get that wave, and I don't know, sometimes it just feels like you just got a good energy when you're in a place, and this week really felt super special for me.
Also seeing Wilcox and Timmy back, and to have your first win, it could happen anywhere. What does it mean to do it in Australia?
Yeah, super special to do it here, and then in front of Timmy and Jacob and Jolie, and just, I don't know, I was out in the water and I was feeling a little bit hectic. I was like, this is a lot for me to take in. And then when I came in and ran into all those guys, they've been such pivotal parts of my career. They're been on this journey together, and we're all such close friends. And to come into those guys and hug them and I don't know, get cheered up. I was making a bit of a ruckus, but I was so frothing, and it felt so sick. It was an amazing feeling.
Congrats, man. Enjoy it all. Congratulations, George.
Thank you. Cheers.
George Pittar, your champion, his first ever on the championship tour here at the Western Australia Margaret River Pro, a 2-time champion, Lakey Peterson. Congrats to all of our finalists with Lulu and Gabe Medina and all these wonderful fans we have here in WA. We'll continue the party back on the Stone and Wood Post Show with Ronnie Blakey. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, Joey, great job as always, and congratulations to our champions. Very deserving, and wow, special moments. George, you could tell he was starting to digest what he'd achieved here today. As he said, overcoming, in his eyes, a giant, one of his surfing heroes, and we knew how hard that was going to be. Just in his first final, coming up against Medina, that's a mountain to climb, and he got there.
It's incredible. He's the hardest, actually the hardest, and the biggest mountain to climb. And, Medina's been in such good form. So, it all just kind of just locked into place, and to do to get the win over Medina with 15 points plus heat total is just so gratifying, and it's validation for him now. And, I think he's I still feel like there's a sense of like, oh, you know, if I get the waves, I can convert, man. You got to understand that your surfing is world class. He can beat anyone. He's proven that. And, you know, that confidence will keep coming through the year. And just have a look at the ratings and see your name right up the top there, or, you know, and then maybe just start thinking world title, perhaps.
Absolutely, and you bring up a good point. Let's have a look at the GWM Aussie treble rankings. Medina didn't get the victory today, but he is back on top, and he will be wearing that yellow jersey. If it wasn't for George Pittar, Flick, and he got knocked out earlier today, we would have 5 Brazilians sitting at the top of the GWM ranking.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier this morning, that might have been a possibility. I mean, George is holding down the fort for Australia at the moment, which is pretty incredible, but you cannot deny the power behind, you know, Brazil at the moment. It's been incredible. The showing at Bells, to continue that over here to main break, it has been nothing short of amazing. And look, you know, I even look at those rankings there, but I see a couple of big names not in there. I don't see Ethan Ewing. I don't see Jack Robinson. So things are looking different. And, you know, we're coming to the last event on the Aussie treble, you know, coming up to the Gold Coast. You've got to be thinking that Ethan Ewing and Jack Robinson are probably going to want to put in a pretty good showing there.
Sure.
Yeah, as you said, the dominance of the Brazilians is one story. There is another huge story unfolding at the bottom end of the Men's Championship Tour rankings, which we'll get to in a moment. But on the women's side, let's have a look at the leaderboard. After stop number 2, Gabrielle O'Brien maintains at the top, although she is tied on points with Lakey Peterson, and the reason Gabby holds that number 1 position is her heat score average across these first 2 events, slightly higher than Lakey Peterson's. But Molly Picklum, right where she needs to be. She's been surfing pretty well. But Luana Silva, great to see her up in the top end. And, you know, I think just the consistency she's bringing now has elevated her place on this tour, and looking deadly for a win at some point this year.
Yeah, for sure. Another one who is just really starting to ooze confidence and realise her dream of being at the top of the tour, the top of the surfing world, and so close. I know that would have stung for Lulu today, but she should take some solace in the fact that her surfing has been just brilliant throughout the week, and even at Bells last year. So she's in striking distance, but a good-looking top 5 there. Gabrielle O'Brien, she's going to be hard to stop when we get up to the Gold Coast, or over to the Gold Coast, should I say. But a good mix of kind of veterans and new school floating around there. So far from over, those ones.
And much like the men's tour, there is an incredible story unfolding toward the back end of the rankings on the women's side, because you've got Stephanie Gilmore, Carissa Moore, 2 world champs that have made their return, Flick, and are still looking to get themselves up into that title conversation.
Oh, totally. And you know what, though? I don't have any shadow of a doubt in my mind, though, because you think to those events, and also those women have really experienced this. You know, we've obviously had a change in the format, which is the accumulative point system. You know, Stephanie Gilmore and Carissa Moore, yeah, okay, maybe not the starts to the year that they probably envisioned, but they're not going to be worrying about that. I think, like, they know this year's long, especially with the accumulative points. They're coming to the Gold Coast, where they both had success, obviously, in the past. That's Steph's home. I don't think they have anything to worry about.
Carissa's surfing is right where it needs to be. She's lost out in a couple of close heats. Steph, I think, is probably feeling a little bit more concerned, but this third stop couldn't have been coming at a better time. She's heading home, and she's just been a force there since she was a teenager, cutting school to win her first championship tour event, so that's going to be fun to watch. We're going to have a look at the Boost Mobile heat of the day, and this was one for the books. First heat in the men's semis, Gabriel Medina up against Sammy Pupo. You got Medina just showing his class and form rich, but Sammy Pupo has established himself as one of the form surfers this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Medina just got to work as he normally does, putting pressure on Sammy, picked up a couple of great inside waves and just surfed them brilliantly. But then the highest wave of the heat actually went to Samuel Pupo, and at this point was the highest wave of the entire event, and you can see why. That speed, the acceleration, Felipe-esque in the approach to his surfing, and all fired up. And, you know, Sammy at the end of this heat, he was devastated, and it just sort of goes to show you where his intentions are. He wants the wins. He's not satisfied with quarters and semis, but it was always going to be a hard task beating Medina.
Most definitely. Yeah, I had a chat to Sammy. He said, you make a mistake against Medina and he'll make you pay for it. He had priority Medina swooped on one insider, got a 7, and that really gave him the early momentum. And Sammy, despite dropping that big number, Fleck just never got his opportunity in the end.
Yeah, I think, you can't get too tied up. I mean, you've got to take solace in the fact that he's surfing with incredible momentum at the moment. His rail game and the carves that he's laying down are some of the best I've seen, throughout his whole career. And we've seen him take that momentum from Bells and Winky over to main break. And I think, I just think he's on the cusp of something big is just around the corner for him. So, yeah, tough one to swallow there. And obviously he's pretty devoed. But, yeah, I just think bigger things are coming.
Yeah, the first two events, we've had some tricky conditions. We've had some slower heats, so we haven't seen the exchanges, the slugfest, maybe back and forward like we have expected. That was kind of one of the better heats, but really it was a heat with 3 quality waves, and Medina got 2 of them.
Yeah, it's true, and that's sort of the tail of that heat. And I think that's why Sammy was so devastated as well, because he just never really got that final opportunity to sort of punch back and to take the win. But, I mean, we're going to Snapper Rocks now, and Sammy is so accomplished there. He's had some incredible results, and his surfing is just so form-fitted for that wave.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. A big day for CI when you start thinking about the Surfboard Empire Shaper Rankings presented by Vaya. They have made a massive climb to the top of the table here.
Holy, move over Lost. I mean, this is this is pretty interesting because Lost absolutely dominates, undefeated over the last few years. But, yeah, big wins from obviously Lakey, and then we've got George Pittar on the men's side. So this is really, really big news. But, look, things are still relatively close, just under 1,000 points separating the two. But it's just cool to see some movement on the leaderboard because I haven't seen this for a while.
Yeah, a little bit of a change up to what we're normally seeing. Lost been incredibly dominant over the last couple of seasons, and of course we only take the sort of 2 top results now for the surfers on the men and women's side, but Channel Islands getting the double victory today.
Huge result for Channel Islands. Britt Merrick getting a lot of credit from George Pittar and Lakey as well. Well, we're 2 stops in to the GWM Aussie treble. Next up, we do have the Gold Coast Pro. Can't wait for it.
Before the Gold Coast was a headline. It was a feeling. Hot sand, bright sun, a coastline quietly reshaping itself, grain by grain. Cue the crowd. And the day ignites. Whitewater detonates against the rock. Mick reads the rhythm, jumps in, and vanishes. He reappears, locked inside a sandy green chamber, his rail line singing with Russ's didgeridoo. PT lit the fuse, MP defined it, Rabbit drew the map, and Mick, Steph, Parko, and Dingo wrote it into legend. The Gold Coast is our arena. Surfing celebrated, elevated, alive.
Yeah, can't wait for it. And had a chat to Mick Fanning yesterday. He said the bank's as good as he's seen it. So fingers crossed that we get pounded by swell up there and we get the slugfest that we're hoping for.
Yeah, it's looking good. Charts are looking promising, and as you said, the sand is just picture perfect, ruler edge. So in my day, it was the opening event of the tour, and it was the one that was just had so much excitement around it. It's a great mixture of kind of high performance, barrel riding, some power hacks, kind of got a bit of everything. Back to some warm water as well.
Yeah, it's a little less of a riddle too, Flick, for the competitors, especially some of those rookies. Everyone can rip at snapper.
I think it's just one of those things that you are absolutely busting to get the jersey on, because this is a wave that typically on its day, has hundreds of people out in the lineup. So to be able to have that moment just with you and one other person out there is pretty incredible. I think when I think of the Gold Coast, I think of some of the biggest, craziest crowds I've ever seen in my life, along that shoreline. And it's delivered some incredible moments. It's pretty idyllic, the beautiful crystal clear water, those tubes that we see over the years. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Steph bounces back there, on home court. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her at home on her home break.
Absolutely. Well, this event always gives us amazing highlights, and we're going to check out more now with the BioGland Daily Dose. Let's jump into it. Breaking a record on the opening day of competition. 28 heats we got through with that overlapping format.
It was an absolute monster day, wasn't it? And we knew what we were in for. We had the goal when dawn broke, and we were like, okay, biggest day of surf competition ever. And it was actually really exciting. It was action-packed. We did overlapping heats. We saw it all. It was an amazing day.
Sally Fitzgibbons there. Erin Brooks got the jump on one of her surfing heroes in Steph Gilmore in a close one.
Yeah, this was such an incredible day. I'm just going to say hats off to the whole broadcast team, to the whole of WSL, for people, the tours commissioners, everyone making these calls and everyone working behind the scenes to make massive days like this happen. It's not easy, even just the whole commentary team in the booth, we're talking for hours here, but the day provided, because there was so much swell and we knew we had to capitalise on this moment, and the surfers showed up too, so it was an incredible day. But yeah, really hats off to everyone behind the scenes making these moments happen.
Yeah, just some incredible performances. This was Kanara Igarashi. A couple of stands out from opening day here. Beautiful carving turn from Kanoa. But again, on reflection, Margaret River produced everything for us. We had solid conditions, we had windy conditions, bumpy onshore, offshore for finals day. We had it all. So it was incredible competition all round.
Jumping into number 4 now, and this was Sammy Pupo achieving excellence earlier today, an 8.67 for this one.
Yeah, this was amazing, and it just speaks to how I think he's refined his surfing even more since last year. There's a lot of conversation around the off season and how hard everyone's been working. I think it's really evident in Sammy's performances, obviously coming up short against Medina, but he needs to hold his head high because he's going to the Gold Coast where he's had success before.
Oh, we'd love to see this. Coming in at number 3, the Colapinto Clash. And little bro getting one back on big bro.
Yeah, this was a super fun one. We saw the bros go at it down at Bells Beach in, pretty lacklustre conditions. But on this day, Margaret River produced some pretty interesting canvas for the two boys to go at it. And it was younger brother Cross with these big opening swoops, just attacking these end sections with a lot of intent and power. And he got it done. You can just see how stoked he was to get the win. 1-1. There'll be a tiebreaker soon enough.
Yeah, they're loving these opportunities to come up and push each other and get behind one another. At number 2 today, it was the breakthrough victory, a maiden CT title for George Pittar.
Oh, this was amazing, right? I mean, you couldn't have had a tougher draw coming into this. You've taken down, 7 world titles collectively throughout this whole event, and you could not have had a harder matchup in Medina, really. I mean, he said, I've always wanted a heat with Medina, I just never thought it would be a final, and here we are. But yeah, look, the whole of Manly and, the east coast of Australia, the whole of Australia is going to be so stoked for George. I know you are, Rick. And then you said it was board riders today too, so they're going to be popping off.
Yeah, they were watching it all unfold down there at North Stain, and the party will continue there tonight. Gabriel Medina, he'll be back. He's at the top of the rankings now. But George, the best moment of his career. He said he hasn't had a victory since he was a grommet. So it's been a long time, and he hoisted that barrel, that traditional barrel, up above his head very high. Lakey Peterson became a tough opponent in the final to get her 7th CT win and her 2nd victory here in the West.
This was really cool. I just think that basically for me it comes down to so much experience. We saw so many different faces of Margies, and she just made the most of whatever opportunity was kind of thrown away in whatever situation and whatever heat. I think she even said it, she's like, I just wanted to have a bigger section to rip into, but sometimes it's those kind of wins where you kind of just have to go to work a bit and just take what you can get and make very strategic and analytical, approach a heat very analytically. And I just think, yeah, it lends itself to experience and knowledge here. And unfortunately for Lulu, you know, she's made a few finals now and come up short. But Lakey had some nice words saying, you know, look, I'll be there to cheer you up the beach when you finally get that win. And yeah, it's just around the corner. But yeah, so cool to see Lakey. You know, she's had a couple wins here now, and she's heading off to the Gold Coast where she's had success there in the past. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she shows up there as well.
Yeah, both our champions today elevating their position on the rankings into second spot, which is massive and big for Australia. George was talking about the significance of that for him. The Australians have had a really bad start to their home events, and George getting the victory here gets him right back up there in contention for that tank.
Yeah, well, it's we're going to unlock that. We're going to find some winners when we get to the Gold Coast. But, you know, George is that kind of, I guess, Aussie cyclone amongst the Brazilian storm. I called him the high-pressure system, trying to distinguish the low-pressure system of the Brazilians. They're so strong at the moment. And, yeah, on you, George, doing it for Aussie. The Aussie team.
And Flick, for you, returning back home, how's it been in 2026?
Oh, it's been good. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. We've been here for a long time, but the good thing is you know, we had those amazing lay days. Well, for me anyway, it was great. Got to see a lot of family, a lot of friends, and look, a couple of surfs under the belt, which is always nice as well. And look, the West really did turn it on in the end. You know, we had a very, very tricky forecast, but yeah, there was this carrot dangling at the end, and I'm just, you know, happy that finals day provided. We had beautiful offshore conditions and, you know, plenty of opportunity throughout the whole event. So it was good to be back in the West.
Absolutely. We love our time here in WA. A big thank you to everyone in this beautiful state for hosting us so beautifully once again. We are going to see you on May 1st for the Bonsoy Gold Coast Pro presented by GWM. But right now, we're going to leave you with some amazing highlights. Enjoy.
Wow, look at that. Bombing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
He's one came to snap on my head.
The easiest call ever. It's pumping out there.
We deserve that, Al.
Classic Sally Fitzgibbons turn.
Eyes closed, literally blind.
Stoked to be home, stoked to be back in the thick of it. Yeah, roughing.
Huge backhand hit, and what a finish.
Liam O'Brien just sizzling off the top out the back.
And a big arc from Samuel Pupo.
That was a huge turn.
Wow, that was impressive. Oh my goodness.
Here, Noah Igarashi.
Ooh, West is best. Just that picture alone.
It's great being back.
He compresses and he does.
For the one and only Gabriel Medina. Leonardo Fioravanti holds on.
Even saw some words exchanged. Jacob Wilcox bangs it.
And Iago, he's filthy.
George Pittar having a good time. Lay back tail slide.
Just squishy potato.
Not yet.
Oh, Italo, that turn.
Miggy, I love you in yellow. I really do. The sun's going down pretty quick here, guys.
What a day. A record-breaking day. Molly Picklum, right on the money. Airdrop. She is feeling good this morning.
Oh, she changed another spot.
There's a whole bunch of scores going on.
Samuel Pupo. Boom. Helps himself to just a meaty turn.
There's nothing like having a heat with your sibling.
Building for the big finish here, and he attacks it with everything he's got.
Oh, wow. Little brother might have gone.
That was huge.
How do you like that stuff?
Final weekend of the waiting period. Calling on the men's quarters first.
Oh, he's not happy.
Both surfers up and riding. It's George that needs the big score. In the last 10 seconds. The crowd get behind him. Come on, George Pittar, land that thing. George Pittar pumped up on Anzac Day. Come on.
Italo just attacked it.
He always puts on a show.
It's a Mick Fanny style, you know.
Quick reaction to hit that one and a tough landing.
5.2. Go into the lead.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No!
Oh dear.
A big waterfall right on your head.
I mean, look, whoa, this thing is crazy.
Wow. Lays into a massive first turn.
Caitlin Simmers.
It is a beautiful morning and fired up for finals day.
Good stuff there from Lakey.
Yeah, she's looking fired up. That was a well-surfed wave.
Luana, huge opening turn.
Dream final, Luana and Lakey.
Drives up into the section. Huge carve to get started. Medina is going to get himself into the final.
George Pittar, the lone remaining Australian. Wish him well.
First turn, electric. George Pittar has turned the heat under priority and he's going to be chasing his first CT victory here today.
Oh, this is going to be a great fight.
Lakey Peterson, your champion for the second time.
Enjoy the moment, your champ, George Pittar.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.